Morning, everyone. How are you all? So this was a spur of the moment thing. My confidence is up after a successful tour on Wednesday. So I came out here and checked out this beautiful garden. And since several people expressed an interest in garden centres, I thought, let's give it a go. Hi Tish, how you going? Hi Christine. You may have noticed that I've posted a link at the very beginning of the chat. And what that is the catalogue for the art trail. So as I walk past an installation, there should be a number attached to it, and you're welcome to have a closer look at the more detail in the catalogue. So I hope that's helpful as explainers where I can't always give you all the details. Who have we got? Tish, I said hi to. Hi, Christine. Tia. I don't think we've met Tia before. Hi, Marco. Whereabouts in Australia are you? Thanks, Tish. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Maurizio. Hi, Cindy. And Sonia, you're in Newcastle, Marco. My daughter just bought a house in Newcastle, so I was up there on Wednesday afternoon. Happy New Year. Maurizio from Italy. Fantastic. I visited my son there when he was on student exchange. We visited Sicily. Absolutely adored it. Oh, Marco, she's in Mayfield. I'm going to quickly turn the camera around. I don't know if you're going to see this guy, but we've got our first dragon. Let's see if we can spot him. He's just down there on that pathway near the water. And I don't know if you want to take a snapshot of him and try and zoom in on him later. There's lots of these guys around the garden. So hopefully we'll get to see them a little bit closer up than this. Ties Hill. I'm not sure where Ties Hill is. Whereabouts is that? Yes, Maurizio, I absolutely agree. Sicily is amazing. We were located in Nishami, which is sort of between Catania and Gela, and absolutely adored it. Oh, it's next to Mayfield. Fantastic. Yeah, Nishami, that's it. Loved it. Gorgeous little town up on the hill, one of those hilltop towns. And we absolutely loved it there. And then we caught the train up to, what's the name of that place? In Campania. Vietri sul Mare. And we stayed a week there. Vietri, that's it. Yes. I would go back in a heartbeat. So the rain's been kind. It's held off. I think we're actually going to be absolutely fine for the rain today, which I'm very happy about because it was a bit nerve-wracking on Wednesday. I'm carrying my umbrella just in case, though. The signal's looking great. So I don't know what to tell you in the first 5 minutes. What am I supposed to talk about? This is the uncomfortable first 10 minutes part, isn't it? So I'm walking across a walkway which is above the gardens, and we're going to start from around somewhere along here. I love this place. We used to come here a lot. It's always on the way to somewhere, on the way to my parents' place. You can pile the kids out of the car and let them run around, have a toilet break and a coffee stop. The garden's in Macquarie Park, near North Ryde. It's actually a garden centre. I should wait and tell everyone that at the beginning of the tour, shouldn't I? It's on Lane Cove Road, so it's on a fairly main road. Hi, Lilibeth. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Michael. It looks like we've got a Canadian here, have we? Sue, you're from Canada and the United States. It's even brightening up, so I'm feeling very happy and positive about this little snippet. I'm going to do a more detailed. Oh, from Canada, living in the US. Great. A few Canadians. I must have the timing right for you guys. It's sort of late evening there, is it? Or late afternoon? Tell me if the wind's a problem, because I know there's a little bit of a breeze at the moment. I'm hoping that's not creating a problem. Oh, great. Thanks, Tish. 5:30 p.m. Okay, so that must be a pretty good time for you guys over there in North America. That's one of the challenges, I guess, is working out what time suits most people in other parts of the world. 11:30 p.m. Oh, sorry, Maurizio. There's not a lot I can do about that. Nearly bedtime, probably past my bedtime, 11:30 p.m. Whereabouts in Italy are you? Oh, Puglia. Beautiful. A place I really would have loved to have gotten to, but we didn't. So you've got those Tuli houses, is that right? Truly, that's it, Truly houses. Very cute. Okay, we're getting close. 2 minutes to go. Try not to give too much away before we actually start. What I plan to do is make this into a bigger tour, because it's it's a big garden and there's a garden centre attached, and there's a beautiful indoor furniture and pots shop attached. So this is just a little taster, a sampler. Alberobello, is that the name of the town where the Trulli are? Or is that where you are as well? Hi, Jay. Hi, Jane. It's really steamy again today. What happens in summer, of course, in Australia is when it rains a lot and then the sun comes out and you feel like you're sitting in a sauna. Hi, Brian. Well, we've got a mum here as well. Sue, your mum is here. Is that right? Hi, Brian. Hi, Daisy. And hi, mum. Feel free to pop in the chat where you're all from. I can see that there's a few Canadians and Maurizio from Italy, and Anne, you're from the UK. And gosh, I'm dreadful. I've forgotten your name already. Was it Marco from Newcastle? Michael. No. Oh, Marco. Marco was in Newcastle. That's right. All right, 20 seconds to go. Chicago. I've been there too. My brother married in Chicago. So you're close to these gardens, are you, Anoma? Oh, you must know them well then. You can fill in all the gaps, because I know that I will have gaps. Okay, the tour started, and wouldn't you know it, there's a noisy machine right next to me. I'm going to move away from him and turn the camera around. Good morning, everybody. So we're here in the Eden Garden Centre in Macquarie Park, which is about 15 kilometres from the centre of Sydney. And it started to sprinkle, wouldn't you know it? Let's hope it stops in a minute. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we meet today on, I believe it's the Camaragal lands. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anoma. Of the Eora Nation, and pay respects to their elders past, present and emerging. So the Eden Garden Centre is located in the suburb of Macquarie Park, right next to Lane Cove National Park, and you can see, if I turn the camera around this way, that's the national park in there where all the gum trees are. We're walking across the top of a walkway where we get a really lovely view down overlooking the gardens. The reason I'm here is because there's actually an art trail in the gardens, and we're going to get down and in amongst it. This is just a taster tour, and I plan to do a more in-depth tour which actually features part of the garden centre as well. I'm going to walk very slowly because it's a little bit slippery. There are leaves on the walkway here. Just up ahead we're going to walk down a stairway, so I might have to change hands so that I can hold onto the rail. This lovely tower with vines growing all over it. And there's a little view looking out through to the national park. Okay, let's go downstairs and we'll see our first art piece up close. This garden centre has been here, I believe, since about the 1980s. I used to work in this area in North Ryde. This is kind of like Sydney's equivalent of Silicon Valley. All the tech companies are located around here. Okay. Here we have suspended from the top of the tower these pieces. And as I said, I've loaded a catalogue into the chat right at the very beginning of the chat. So feel free to look that up and you'll be able to see what each piece is. When I see an information board, I'll try and focus on it as well. Sorry for going so slowly. My knees aren't very good with the stairs. Okay, so beneath those suspended discs on the floor, there's an arrangement of rocks, which is another installation, and that's focusing on the lichens. This is mainly aimed at children. Thanks, Tish, for that. That's great. I hope you can open that and it's helpful. Over here, we've got more lichens on the seat, and this is the explainer for this particular piece. And I don't know if those QR codes are going to be of any use to you if you try and snapshot them. Okay. So we'll move out of the tower and come to our second piece. Hi, Camilo, welcome. All right. So this one here is called Scribbly Gum Lace. And being very new as a guide, I don't know if this is going to be successful. But would anyone like me to try and do a vertical shot? Because this is best vertically. So close your eyes if you don't like the tilt action. Let's try it. There we go. So you can see the scribbles. And right behind me, I have a scribble gum tree. So we can actually compare what the bark looks like. But this one's made out of some kind of... It looks like the material they use for packaging. So over here behind me is a scribbly gum tree. This one doesn't have a lot of scribbles on it, but that's what the scribbles look like on a scribbly gum tree. They're caused by some kind of an insect, or here's another one. It's got a few more scribbles on it. Oh, thanks, Tish. It was successful. Excellent. There you go. There's the scribbles. Perfect. That's 2 thumbs up from me. Hi, Jeremy. Okay, so this part of the garden is called the Australian native plant section. Oh. I'll try not to be too fast, but here we go. Here's a dragon. Here's a dragon. Do you see him? There we go. They're called bearded dragons, and there's a bunch of them in here. All right, I don't want to scare him, but let's see if we can make him move. There we go. That's better than Matt's rubber snakes, isn't it? There you go. All right, I'm going to let you go on your way, mate. I'm so happy he posed for us. I love these gum trees. They have a beautiful colour in their bark. And surrounding them, oh, there's another dragon. Surrounding them are bird's nest ferns and rock lilies or rock orchids. They're not in flower at the moment. And there's another bearded dragon acting like a sculpture. Oh, there he goes. He just ran off. Okay. This one is called, it's number 12 if you're looking at the catalogue, and it's called Mystic Kitten. And I'm not going to do an atom shot here because it's against the sky and it's just going to end up out of, like overexposed. I'll try and get round to the other side of it. But there's your kitten heads up the top there. We'll just try and get around the other side. Now, I'm fairly sure this is not a deliberate artwork or part of the installations. It's really just decorating a utility box in the manner of the Indigenous hands. That one is. This one's called The Drop. I'm going to try an atom shot on this one. Is that all right? Let's go. Oh, no. That didn't work. Let's try it again. There we go. There, back to normal. And the information panel for this one. The Drop. Oh dear, sorry. I will get better at using the gimbal, I promise. There we go. So the focus on a lot of the pieces in this exhibition are around sustainability, reuse of materials. Let's see if we can see this kitten one. Okay. Are we ready for another vertical shot? Tell me if you're sick of it or don't like me doing it, but let's have another go. There you go. There's your mystic kittens. I'll try and get a little closer. Okay, I'm going back to normal now. Are you ready? want to get over and see one of these art. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. That plant there is called a grass tree. Its botanical name starts with an X, and it's called something like Xanthoria. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly. They're a stunning plant. When they're in flower, that spike is covered with cream-coloured flowers. Is that how it's spelt, Marco? I'm happy to be corrected because I don't know how to spell it. And then over beside, these ones are called Gymea lilies. Their flowers are finished. Normally they're bright red. Okay, so keep walking this way. I'm not going to go down these stairs, but this is another installation and it's called Road Trip. There we go. We might go down and visit that on the longer tour. Now this one here, I feel like I'm being punked. I totally feel like I'm being punked with this one. This pool is used for recycling and filtering the water. It's a permanent part of the gardens. But this in the middle is an installation. And I'm going to go over and show you the information board on it. The premise is that is the entrance to an underground tunnel. I don't believe it. I think we're being punked. But the statement is, and again, there's QR codes here, that it leads to a seed bank. I'm not sold. I think it's a prank. Elaine, that's my question entirely. Why? But if you can find out more about it and tell me about it, I would love to know because I'm just not convinced. Especially when it's actually one of the exhibits on the art trail. There we go. Contemporary art indeed, yes. We don't always understand it, do we? Okay. I'm going to turn around to the left here and show you one of the permanent pieces. And I think we can do this without doing a vertical shot, except that this tree's in the way. I think this one's called Tall Reeds. I'll see if I can find an information board for it. But it is part of the permanent collection. And I think we're allowed to walk on the grass, so we're going to go over here because there's another piece around to my right. Apart from the traffic noise, it really is lovely in here. It's just really lovely to walk around. Very peaceful. And this piece is called Old King Cole. You see him sitting back, looking rather pleased with himself. And here again is the information piece, but I'll try and get a better shot of him. This guy's really hard because he's so dark and the background is so light. So it's very difficult to get a good shot of him. But here we go. Let's see if that's any good at all. And I'll stop for a moment here and then I'll try and move around the other side a little bit. Okay, just while we're here, there's another little lizard on the rock over here. It's a little skink. He's letting me get, oh, no, he's not. I was going to say, he's letting me get pretty close. That was just a little too close. All right, and here is posers. Yes, here's our other poser, Old King Cole. I'm not sure if that's actual coal that he's made of. Yeah, he is. He's made of coal resonant fiberglass. So there we go. Looks like the hail hit it. Sure looks like coal. Yes, it does. Well, looks like they're doing a bit of maintenance here. I'll try and step around the prunings. Okay, we're getting up to 16 minutes and this is a short tour, so I want to try and get in another couple before we finish. But we'll look at the water garden here. And around this bend we approach the daffodil garden. There won't be any daffodils at the moment. There will be more dragons. There's another dragon on the rock just here. Here we go. Hi Sue, you've just joined. This is a real dragon. This one's not a sculpture. So the daffodil garden is it's about acknowledging the fight against cancer. It's sponsored by the Cancer Council, but it's also acknowledges donors. It acknowledges people who have fought and lost the battle with cancer. It's just a tribute garden. Just looking around to make sure I haven't missed anything because there's a lot here. This is a rather lovely section of the garden. Okay. I'm not sure if you wanted a postcard of here. Oh, there's a moorhen just crossing the path. Gone into the water. Let's see if we can get up close and personal with the moorhen. I might go over time a little here, and I apologise for that if you've got somewhere else to be. But we might just try and see if we can get close to the brick structure. It's really just for decoration. Oh, he's hiding behind the reeds. Oh, there he is. There, look, there we go. I suspect there's a nest in there. I can hear chicks. The brick structure, yeah, it's really just a landscape, architectural landscape piece. It's got plants growing out of the top of it. So they're kind of like giant, huge planter boxes. And there's a few few art pieces here as well. I don't know anything about these paintings. They look like they've just been left there. Oh, we've got double dragon shot. And we can hear frogs. There we go. Couple of cheeky little dragons there. Trying to pretend like if they stay still, I won't see them. They don't get a whole lot bigger than that. That first one we saw with the big white head, I think he was about as big as they get. Oh, there's another one on the wall over here. He's a bit bigger. Let's see if you'll let me get close. It is starting to rain. Let's see. How close are you going to let me get to you, mate? Do you hear the frogs? Pretty unconcerned. Yes, he is, isn't he? All right, I'm going to wind up fairly soon because it's starting to rain, but we'll go through this this tunnel. Thanks, Tish. I really appreciate the help. And hopefully I'll be undercover up here and I can deal with my equipment. Okay, let's call that a day. Thank you so much for joining me. This was only ever intended to be a short tour. Here we go. And I'll upload the longer tour and hopefully you can join me on that as well. Thanks again for coming. Bye.